Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this very special newscast of TWFC. After the NWO and Eric Bischoff invaded, the council has been hard at work to find a solution. Starting with last night, Ric Flair was announced as the new official president of TWFC, and he chose Triple H as his vice president. And they got hard at work, immediately taking meetings with both Stone Cold Steve Austin and Eric Bischoff to try to find a possible solution of how both of these men could somehow coexist. And the answer is they can't. At TWFC Summerslam, it will all be on the line in a World War III match. A 3-ring Battle Royal style match with TWFC's future hanging in the balance. TWFC was always supposed to have a brand split with two brands, but Bischoff and Stone Cold's story would start back at WrestleMania when Bischoff would announce his brand to be WCW Nitro, getting revamped after all those years. Stone Cold would announce the brand he would be the general manager of would be none other than the classic Monday Night Raw. So it was settled. We had the two brands that would launch TWFC into the future, Nitro and Raw. And that's about as far as that lasted, because as the two men celebrated the brand split that would start immediately after Mania, Stone Cold would nail Bischoff with the Stone Cold Stunner. Vintage Steve Austin giving the crowd what they wanted. But it would come with dire consequences, because the next night on the first edition of Monday Night Raw, Eric Bischoff would be there to rain on Stone Cold's parade. That's where Bischoff would announce that because Stone Cold physically harmed the other general manager of TWFC, Bischoff had decided to press charges. And that would mean Stone Cold Steve Austin would not only be going to jail, but he would be removed from power in TWFC going forward. From there, the local authorities would enter the ring and take Austin away. But Eric Bischoff made sure to let the crowd know, no worries, he would now be running things solo from here on out. And we all know how that went. TWFC was absolutely out of control with Eric Bischoff being the sole man in charge. But after months of a crazy reign, Stone Cold just returned 3 weeks ago to drop a bombshell and give Eric Bischoff the Stone Cold Stunner, announcing Bischoff was fired and Stone Cold would be taking TWFC into the future as the sole general manager himself. That would bring us to just 3 nights ago when Stone Cold and Hogan were having a conversation, and the NWO would make their presence known, attacking General Manager Steve Austin. Eric Bischoff made his return and made sure the NWO would severely hurt Stone Cold. And then, as shown earlier, over the past few days, what we now know to be the NWO Bloodline have been attacking all champions and stealing their championship titles one after another. The tag titles, even Kevin Owens and the Intercontinental title weren't safe. And with Cody Rhodes laying injured at their feet, we would be introduced to the NWO Bloodline ran by Eric Bischoff. So that brings us to now. Only one, Eric Bischoff or Stone Cold, can remain general manager for both brands, and it will be settled at SummerSlam in a 3-ring World War III match. If any member of Eric Bischoff's NWO Bloodline can win, he will be the general manager of both brands going forward. But if not, Stone Cold Steve Austin will be the general manager of both brands going forward. Now, part of this compromise was that the NWO Bloodline would return the championship titles to their original holders, because although the fate of the company will be on the line in this World War III match at SummerSlam, also all championships will be on the line in that match. While all championships were returned to their rightful owners, there was some exceptions, including because Evan Bourne combined the Hardcore and World Championships. When Roman pinned Evan Bourne with the 24/7 rule last week, Roman Reigns is now the official World Champion. That's something Evan Bourne was not happy about. So earlier today, the NWO Bloodline would announce their 10 members, including new members, The Rock, Macho Man, and The Giant. If any of these men win, Eric Bischoff stays in charge, but Cody Rhodes would make his presence known and say although he's injured, Hogan has something over his shoulders that belongs to him. Hogan told him to come get it. And Hogan would drop the belt on the ground. There's a no contact clause until SummerSlam, but still, Hogan made sure to let Cody Rhodes know that his time was running out as TWFC champion when the big dog Roman Reigns would have his stare down with Cody Rhodes. Only one man can win the World War III match. Not only is it for who's the general manager, but the winner of the World War III match at SummerSlam will be the temporary undisputed champion of TWFC. There's so much on the line here. Will Stone Cold or Eric Bischoff take TWFC into the future, while Presidents Ric Flair and Triple H oversee everything? All the titles are on the line in this World War III match. This will be the biggest match in TWFC history. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of our industry as we know it hangs in the balance at TWFC SummerSlam in the absolute biggest match we've ever had. With everything on the line, a 3-ring World War III Battle Royal. I'm sure we'll have more info on everything coming soon as we head towards a monumental night in TWFC history.